everybody. It's Tuesday, August 18th. Early for me, I gotta tell you. It's not even 9 o'clock. Just dropped Molly off at the vet to get her dental work done. Stopped over at my sister's for a minute. And now I'm gonna go home and have a cup of coffee and get on with my day. I didn't sleep well last night again. I think I only got 2 hours of sleep. So Molly probably won't be ready to get picked up until around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I may take a nap. We'll see. I'm going to try to get a few things done. Like get my jars put away and just get organized. Yeah, so I stepped on the scale this morning and it was up. Shouldn't have been, but it was up. But then again, I wasn't asleep very long, and that has a lot to do with it. I notice when I'm not sleeping, I gain weight. I don't know if any of you are like that or not, but you know, I haven't synced my Fitbit yet, so I can't tell you how much I slept, but it wasn't much. So anyway, I haven't had even a cup of coffee yet. I'm going to go home and have a coffee, and I know for breakfast this morning I got yogurt and fruit on the menu. I haven't, beyond that I can't tell you what I have scheduled for today. So it's going to be strange not having her at home with me today though. I was thinking about driving over to Shiloh to the Amish store, but I decided no, I'm going to just stay home and do some things around the house. Got some computer work I need to get done. And not only that, if I go to Shiloh, I know I'm going to come home with meat and cheese I don't need. Especially the cheese. Because they have the really good Amish cheese over there. The Troyer cheese. But decided I didn't want to spend the money on it, and I didn't want to spend the points on it. So because I know I can't go over there and not buy cheese. To tell you, I have not been up this early in a long time. I was on my way to the vet, people out jogging. I think, good grief. I haven't seen this time of day in a long time, since I quit working. Cute little car. Kind of like mine. It's a Jeep. But anyway, I did see a school bus out. No kids on it, because I think they're probably just practicing their routes, because they do that for a few days. School around here starts, I think the high school goes back tomorrow. Elementary doesn't go back till next week. But they're doing a hybrid type of thing where depending on your student ID number or something, that determines the days you're in school. There's 2 days in school, 3 days remote. On Mondays, everybody's remote. So you either go on Tuesdays and Thursdays or Wednesday and Friday. I know my niece goes Wednesdays and Fridays. So I think she starts tomorrow. But I think the high school actually started back today in the town I'm living in now. So not all the kids are there at once. There was one of the Catholic schools in the area started a couple weeks ago, and apparently the administration got wind of a big party that was thrown and no precautions taken or anything. Kids aren't allowed to go back to school for 2 weeks. So I think the adults in the room are trying to do everything possible to make sure everybody's staying safe. I'm glad I'm not teaching this year. They asked me, the school where I was subbing at called a couple weeks ago, asked if I'd be interested in a long-term sub position. Well, first of all, I don't have a long-term sub license. I didn't renew my substitute teaching license this year. I just don't want to. So I didn't sub enough last year to make it worth the hassle for the license renewal, and I don't want to be around it. So, and also the kids, you know, it's different when you're a sub. But had my students treated substitute teachers the way those high school kids treated me, there would have been hell to pay. I don't know what it is about kids today. They just, So the answer was no. I didn't go into a big long description. I just told them that I was not interested in substitute teaching this year. And they said, well, you know, if you decide to come back next year, if you don't sub this year, you'll have to go through the fingerprinting process again. And I said, that's all right, because I'm probably not gonna anyway. So anyway, I don't know if I told you this or not. I'm going to Oklahoma. I might have mentioned it. But on my way to Oklahoma, I'm going to stop in St. Louis and visit with Robbie over at Frecky Fit Wolf. Chatted with him yesterday. So I think we're gonna meet in a park and just, you know, have lunch or something. So, you know, for, you know, a brief visit, because I'm gonna be on my way to Oklahoma City. Because he said, you know, why are you coming to St. Louis? I said, I'm just driving through. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm leaving here either the 31st or the 1st. I'll just be gone a week. So anyway, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go home. The first thing I'm gonna do is sit down and have a cup of coffee, and I gotta get some stuff done on the computer, and then I'm gonna start cleaning my kitchen. I still have to mop my kitchen floor and put my dishes away, because I did dishes last night, and my dishes are really piled up. So when I'm canning, I usually try to keep on top of it, but I did those beans wiped me out, I gotta tell you. But I need to get it all put away, because I got tomatoes coming on Thursday. So those tomatoes I want to get, that's one thing I have to do. I got to pull out my salsa recipe, so I make sure I have everything ready for the salsa. A friend of mine gave me this recipe that I use. A friend of mine gave it to me a few years back. Best salsa recipe I'd ever done. So I need to find that recipe and you know, make sure I have all the ingredients. I mean, what's in salsa? Peppers, onions, tomatoes, vinegar. Vinegar's been getting hard to find. Did I tell you about the time we tried to make vinegar? So I have this recipe for apple scrap vinegar. It's exactly what it sounds like. Apples that you make into vinegar. So I don't know what happened, but I was at school when this happened. I had them in mason jars, just like the instructions say. I had cheesecloth over top of them, you know, but my husband decided to put caps on them. which would have been fine if I would have had the fermenter caps, which I didn't. Well, came home from school one day. We had vinegar all over the ceiling. I've never tried to make vinegar since. So I was looking at that recipe the other day, and I had to laugh, thinking, yeah, we thought that we were so smart. Oh well, not everything works. Let me show you my food, and then I'll be back to wrap things up. All right, my breakfast this morning, I have 1 serving of non-fat Greek yogurt for 0 points. This is on the Blue Plan. I have a banana, which is 121 grams, a half a cup of strawberries, which weighed out to 73 grams, half a cup of blueberries, which weighed out to 71 grams. I measured out 1/3 cup of the Kind cinnamon oat cluster granola. Now, on the box it says 1/3 cup is 4 points. However, I weighed this 1/3 cup, and it weighed out 32 grams, 5 points. So I tracked 5 points for this, not the one, or I tracked the grams, not the measuring cup. So 32 grams of the cinnamon oat clusters, 5 points in my breakfast yogurt concoction here, 2 points in my coffee with my 4 tablespoons of fat-free half and half. So I have a 7-point breakfast. For lunch, I'm having pizza. This is my version of pizza. I've got, I used 2 thin corn tortillas, the La Banderita, for 3 points. I mixed fat-free cheddar and mozzarella for cheese, and that is 2 points. My turkey pepperoni is 1 point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something's wrong. I used my home canned tomato sauce too. I must have did something wrong, because I have, that's right, I have 6 points. 6 points for lunch. My watermelon is 0 points. And this takes me to 13 points for the day. I can't wait to dig into this. All right, I showed you the picture of the whole plate, but my son stopped over to check up on Molly, and I was eating while he was here, so I have a little bit left. I should just tell you what this is. It's uncooked. Well, it's cooked now, but I measured the rotini uncooked, 56 grams. This is the Simple Truth whole wheat rotini. 5 points for that. I cooked up some chicken breast, and I sauteed it with some peppers and onions. That's all 0 points on the Blue Plan. I also have a cup of my home canned corn, which is also 0 points on the Blue Plan. So I have a 5-point dinner. Okay, well, I'm on my way back to the vet to get Molly. She's had a rough day. 16 teeth had to get extracted. I don't think she's going to have any teeth left. So I knew that her mouth was in really bad shape. I wasn't expecting it that bad, though. Yeah, so we'll see. So the vet called me and told me that, she still may want the dry kibble that I've been giving her, but probably to soften it up for a while. So just so happens I'm going to make a can of chicken broth, so that's going to go to Molly. I'll just mix her food in chicken broth to soften it up a little bit. She's a real light eater anyway, so I'll do that to begin with, and then I'll try to transition her over to wet food. I don't really like the smell of wet food, and plus I can't change her over right away anyway, because it'll be too disruptive to her system. no idea how much this is going to cost. I'm just expecting a big, huge bill. They gave me an estimate, which they've given me this estimate before when I had dental work done, but she's never had this much done. So, poor baby girl. She's going to hate me. She's never going to want to get in the car again. Last couple times she's been in the car, we've gone to the vet. So, and I don't know if I told you I got her senior metabolic panel done because, you know, she's a senior dog, 10 years old. And just wanted to make sure everything was right. Her blood work was good. So, that's good. So, I'm not sure if they're going to give me something for her. I'm hoping they give me something for her to kind of calm her down a little bit. Awful. I mean, it's not awful. You have these pets that, I mean, she's like my kid. So, of course, I'm going to do everything I can to keep her healthy. But I just feel so bad for her. So, I mean, hopefully that the anesthesia will keep her really tired the rest of the day, and hopefully she'll sleep a lot. She'll be able to go up and down the stairs or not today. Might have to carry her out. So, she told me that I might see some blood in her water dish. That's perfectly normal. I just feel so bad. Had a good damn plan so far. I've only had 13 points. No, 14 because I had a cheese stick. 14 points. So I've got 9 points left for dinner, which I don't think I'm going to have 9 points. I'm having chicken, so that's 0 points on the blue plan. And I might open up a jar of my corn because I don't think I have any left in the freezer to have with that. And just, I know I have some carrots and celery, so I might do that too. Anyhow, my night probably is going to be mostly concentrating on making sure Molly's comfortable. Poor baby girl. I had her out in the yard this morning. Her tail was just up and wagging, and she was so happy, but she was shaking when I dropped her off. I think she knew something was up. And then I have to take her back again in a few days to get her checked, you know. She's not gonna like that. So, anyway. My poor sweet baby girl. I pulled out a recipe. Let me know if any of you have ever heard of this before. Now, I decided I was gonna make this specifically for my daughter because she's real prone to bronchitis in the wintertime, and especially now with all this crap going on. Last thing she needs is to get sick. So I'm going to make her some fire cider. It's an old remedy where you start feeling a cold coming on, you take a couple tablespoons a few times a day. Smells awful, tastes awful, but you only need a couple tablespoons. It's supposed to kick the cold out of you. Have any of you ever heard of it or made it? So, all natural ingredients. It's just, a lot of herbs and spices, apple cider vinegar, raw honey. What else is in it? Horseradish, garlic, onions, turmeric, parsley, I think. There's a whole bunch of stuff in it. Did I say horseradish? Ginger. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you've ever heard of it, if you've ever taken it, or if you've ever made it. I'm curious to know if it really works. The people that I heard about it from, swear by it, so So anyway, well, I'm about at the vet, so let me, I'll be back to wrap things up unless the video is getting too long.